Electricity and circuits. We use electricity in every walk of life. For instance, we use electricity to lift water by pumps from wells or from ground level to the roof or top tank. Write the other purposes for which you use electricity in your notebook. Do you include the use of electricity for lighting? Electricity gives light to our homes, markets, roads, offices, and factories. Even after sunset, a power station provides electricity. This helps us to continue working at night. However, the supply of electricity may fail or it may not reach at some places. In such situations, we use a torch for providing light. A torch has a bulb, it glows when it is switched on. From where does the torch get electricity? Electric cell, the bulb in a torch gets electricity from the electric cell. Electric cells are used as a source of electricity in alarm clocks, transistor, radios, wrist watches, cameras, and many other devices. Have you ever carefully observed an electric cell? You might have seen that it has a small metal cap on one side and a metal disc on the other side. Did you see a positive and a negative sign marked near the upper and lower surfaces of the electric cell? The metal cap is called the positive terminal and the metal disc is called the negative terminal of the electric cell. All electric cells have two terminals, a negative terminal and a positive terminal. An electric cell provides electricity from the chemicals stored inside it. When the chemicals stored in the electric cell are completely used, then the electric cell stops producing electricity. After that, we replace that electric cell with a new one. A torch bulb has an outer case of glass which is attached to a metallic base. What is present inside the glass case of the bulb? Activity 1. Take a torch in your hand and see inside its bulb. You can also remove the bulb from torch with the help of your teacher. What do you observe? Do you see a thin wire fixed in the center of the glass bulb? Now switch the torch on and see which part of the bulb is glowing. The thin wire that produces of light is known as the filament of the bulb. The filament is fixed between two thicker wires, which also provide support to this filament. On filament, one thick wire is attached to the metal case at the base of the bulb, while the another thick wire is connected to the metal tip at the center of the base, as shown in figure B. This bulb has two terminals, one is the base of the bulb and other is the metal tip of the base. You might have looked at the danger sign on poles, electric substances, and many other places. It gives warning to people and that electricity may be dangerous if it's not handled properly. If electricity and electric devices are handled carelessly, then these may cause severe injuries and sometimes even death. Hence, you should not attempt any experiment with the electric sockets and wires. Also, keep in mind that the electricity generated by portable generators is equally dangerous. You should use only electric cell for all activities related to electricity. These two terminals are arranged in such a way that they do not touch each other. The electric bulbs that are used at home also have a same design. Caution: never join the two terminals of the electric cell without attaching them through a switch and a device like a bulb. If you do so, the chemicals present in the electric cell used cost very quickly and the cell stops working. Thus the electric cell and the bulb both have two terminals. Why do they have these two terminals? A bulb connected to electric cell to an electric cell. Let us try to light up an electric bulb using an electric cell. How can we do that? Activity 2. Take four pieces of electric wire with differently colored plastic coverings. Remove a little of the plastic covering from each piece of a wire at both the ends. This would expose the metal wires at both the ends of each piece, connected the exposed parts of the wires to the electric cell and to the bulb as shown in figure. You are connect you are connect the wires to the bulb with the tape which is used by electricians. Rubber bands, rubber bands can also be used to fix the wire to the cell. Now connect the cell and the bulb in six different waves as shown in figure A to F. For each adjustment, find out whether the bulb glows or not. Write or no or yes for each arrangement in your notebook. Now carefully see these arrangements in which the bulb glows. Compare these arrangements with those in which the bulb does not glow. Can you tell the reason for the difference? Put the tip of your pencil on the wire near one terminal of the electric cell for the arrangement A. Now move your pencil along the wire to the bulb hanging from the other terminal of the bulb. Move your pencil along the other wire connected to the other terminal of the cell. Repeat this process for all the remaining arrangements. Did the bulb glow in the arrangements in which you could not move your pencil from one terminal to the another? An electric circuit. In earlier activity, we connected both the terminals of the electric cells through wires passing to and from the electric bulb. Note that in the arrangements A and F, the two terminals of the bulb were connected to the two terminals of the electric cell. Such kind of an arrangement is an example of an electric circuit. Thus, electric circuit shows a complete path for electricity to pass between the two terminals of the electric cell. The bulb glows only when current flows through the circuit, so current flows only in enclosed circuit. In an electric circuit, the direction of a current is always taken from the positive terminal to the negative terminal of the electric cell when the terminals of the bulb are connected with the terminals of the electric cell by wires. Then the current passes through the filament of the bulb. So this way the bulb glows. Sometimes an electric bulb does not glow even if it is well connected to the electric cell. This may happen only if the bulb has fused. Observe a fused bulb carefully. Is the filament inside the bulb intact? An electric bulb may fuse due to several reasons. One reason for a bulb to fuse is a break in its filament. A break in its filament means a break the path of the current between the terminals of the electric cell. Therefore, a fused bulb does not light up because current does not pass through its filament. Can you now tell why the bulb did not glow after trying again and again with the arrangements B, C, D, and E? Now we try to know how a bulb is light up using an electric cell. Would you like to prepare a torch for yourself? Activity 3. Bring a torch, bulb and a piece of wire in your class. Remove the plastic covering at the two ends of the piece of wire. Connect one exposed end of a wire around the base of an electric bulb. Similarly, fix the other exposed end of the wire to the negative terminal of an electric cell with a rubber band. Now bring the tip of the base of the bulb in contact with the positive terminal of the cell. After touching both the unconnected terminals, does the bulb glow? Now remove the bulb above from the positive terminals of the electric cell. Does the bulb remain lighted in this process? Not the same as we switch our torch on or off. Electrical switch, we have an arrangement to a switch on or off. Our home made a torch by removing the base of the torch bulb away from tip of the cell. This is a simple switch but not easy to use. We can make another simple and easy switch for use. Activity 4. We have to need for making a switch to driving pins, to wires, a safety pin or a paper clip, and a small set of thermocol. Insert a driving pin into the ring of the safety pin and then fix it on the thermocol set as so. as so. Make sure that safety pin can be moved easily. Now fix the another driving pin on the thermocol set in such a way that the free end of the safety pin can touch it easily. In this way, the fixed safety pin would be your switch in this activity. Now make a circuit. Now make a circuit by connecting wires to an electric cell and valve. With this switch as shown in figure, rotate the free end of safety pin so that it touches the other driving pin. What do you see? Now remove the safety pin. Way does the bulb continue to glow? Here Mohan has drawn the inside part of the torch. When we the switch the circuit is completed and the bulb light up, can you draw a blue line on the figure indicating the complete circuit bulb? The safety pin covered the shape between the driving pins when we made it to touch both of them. In such position, the switch is said to be on since the current can pass through the material of the safety pin and the circuit becomes complete, thus the bulb glows. On the other hand, the bulb did not light up when the safety pin was not in touch with the another driving pin. Here the circuit was not complete because of the gap between the two driving pins. In this position, the switch is said to be off. A switch is such a simple device which either breaks the circuit or completes it. In our homes, the switches is used for lighting the electric bulbs and other devices. Although all switches work on the same principle, but their designs are found more complex. Electric conductors and insulators. In all our activities, we have used metal wires to complete a circuit. Assume we use a cotton iron instead for a metal wire to make a circuit. Do you think that the bulb will glow in such kind of circuit? What materials should be used in electric circuits so that the current can pass through them? Let us try find out. Activity 5. Disconnect the switch from the electrical circuit that you have used for activity 4. By doing this we get the two free ends of wires. Now bring the free ends of the two wires so that they can touch with each other. With each other, does the bulb glow? You can now use this arrangement to identify whether any given material allows a current to pass through itself or not. Collect samples of various types of materials such as keys, cork, coins, rubber, candle, glass, pins, plastic, scale, pencil, lead, wooden block, aluminum foil, shaving needle, thermocol, and paper. Now bring the free ends of the virus of your tester is contact with two ends of the collected samples one by one. Make sure that the two wires of your tester do not touch each other while you are doing so. Does the bulb light up in each case? Write your observations with different samples in table 1. What do you see? The bulb does not light up when the free ends of the wires are in contact with some of the materials. This means that these samples of materials do not allow the electric current to pass through them. On the other hand, few materials allow electric current to pass through them. Materials which allow to pass the electric current through them are known as conductors of electricity. Materials which do not allow electric current to pass through them are known as insulators. Write the help of table 1. Write the name of the materials that are conductors and insulators of electricity. Conductors, insulators. Where do you find which materials are insulators and which are conductors? We have already learned about the materials having lecture in chapter 4. Are the conductors? Here we can understand easily why aluminum, copper and other metals are used for making wires. Let us remind activity 4 in which we made an electric circuit with a switch. When the switch was in a free position were the two driving pins not attached to each other through the thermocol set, but thermocol is an insulator which does not allow to pass the current through. itself. Now, what about the air between the gap? Since the bulb does not light up if there is air in the gap between the driving pins in your switch. It is suggested that air is also insulator as an insulator. Insulators and conductors are equally important for us. Switches, electrical sockets, and plugs are made up of conductors. On the other hand, plastics and rubber are used for covering switches, electrical plug tops, wires, and other parts of electrical appliances, which people always touch easily. Caution: our body is a very good conductor of electricity, so we always should be careful when we handle an electrical appliance